Loaded carries. Why loaded carries rule for bone imbalance? When you pick up a heavy object and walk with it, you are utilizing axial loading, putting a compressive force down through the spine and hips. According to Wolff's law, bone adapts to the mechanical stresses placed upon it. If you load it, it signals the body to deposit more calcium and increase density. Unilateral and cross-body loading. By holding a kettlebell in just one hand, a suitcase carry, or putting it overhead on one side, you force the opposite side of your core and hips to fire violently just to keep you upright. Dynamic balance. Unlike a stationary machine, walking with a load forces your foot, ankle, knee, and hip stabilizers to micro-adjust with every single step. It builds the exact type of balance that prevents falls. Systemic stimulation. The sheer amount of muscle mass required to hold, stabilize, and move a heavy sandbag or kettlebell jacks the heart rate up rapidly. This drives rich, oxygenated blood flow to every organ and tissue system in the body. The proper form step by step. Performing this with one arm introduces an asymmetrical load, meaning the body has to work twice as hard to stay balanced. The setup: stand beside the kettlebell, hinge at your hips, grip the handle firmly, and stand up straight. The posture: imagine a string pulling the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Keep your shoulders completely square and level. Do not let the weight pull you into a side bend, and do not overcorrect by leaning away from it. Pack your active shoulder down and back, away from your ear. The mindful walk. Walk forward in a straight line, using slow, deliberate steps. As you walk, focus entirely on your feet. Strike with the heel, roll through the arch, and actively grip and twist your toes into the floor to anchor your balance. Keep your opposite arm slightly out to the side or loose at your side. Just don't rest it on your thigh. Anatomy of the move. What is working? 1. The core. The antilateral stabilizers. Because the weight is pulling you down on one side, the opposite side of your torso has to fire completely to keep you upright. The muscles. This targets the deep transverse abdominis, your natural weightlifting belt, the internal and external obliques on the non-weighted side, and the quadratus lumborum, a deep lower back muscle that stabilizes the pelvis. It builds an unshakable, resilient midsection without twisting or crunches. 2. The circulatory system and internal organs. This is where the magic happens inside the torso. Carrying a weight on one side requires constant, deep intra-abdominal pressure. The visceral pump. As you walk and breathe under this asymmetrical tension, your deep core muscles compress the abdominal cavity. This creates a natural, gentle massaging effect on your internal organs, like the liver, kidneys, and intestines. This compression, combined with an elevated heart rate, forces a rush of fresh, highly oxygenated blood through your organs and vascular network. It stimulates healthy digestion, wakes up the nervous system, and improves systemic circulation throughout the entire trunk, all without the jarring impact of running. 3. The foot-to-hip chain. Every step requires your lower body to adapt to a shifting center of gravity. The feet and ankles, your toes, arches, and ankle stabilizers micro-adjust with every step to keep you upright, building true proprioception, spatial awareness. The hips. The gluteus medius, side hip muscle on your standing leg, fires aggressively to prevent your hip from dropping, which directly strengthens the femoral neck and hip socket where seniors need it most. The benefits of this exercises and how it can help prevent osteoporosis. Axial compression. Carrying weight creates a safe downward pressure through your spine and hips, signaling your skeleton to deposit new bone minerals. Dynamic stress. Walking forces your feet, ankles, and legs to handle a shifting load with every single step, which triggers rapid bone remodeling. Muscular tension. Your gripping hand, bracing core, and stabilizing hips pull directly on the bone attachment points, forcing the bone matrix to harden. The kettlebell walk routine. Frequency: 2 to 3 times a week. This gives the bones and nervous system plenty of time to adapt and rebuild between sessions. Sets and reps. Do 2 to 3 sets rounds per side. Instead of counting steps or repetitions, your rep is measured by time. The weight. Choose a moderate weight that you can comfortably and safely carry with perfect posture for 1 full minute. If you can't make it to a minute without leaning or dropping your shoulder, the weight is too heavy. Increase the load only when that minute starts to feel easy. How to perform a round. Go barefoot. Always perform this walk barefooted. This directly stimulates the nerves, mobile bones, and stabilizing muscles of the feet, sending a wake-up signal all the way up your legs and spine. Side 1. Pick up the kettlebell and walk with focused awareness for 1 minute on your right side. Side 2. Set it down safely, switch hands, and walk for 1 minute on your left side to keep the body perfectly balanced. Rest. Take a brief rest, then repeat for a total of 2 to 3 rounds. As your stability and bone density improve, You can gradually increase the weight or extend the walking time to continuously challenge your body. To give you some personal perspective, I only do this specific single-arm walk once a week because I mix in a few other variations of weighted walking throughout my routine. At the gym, I'll carry a 65-pound kettlebell in each hand, and then I'll switch it up to the single-arm suitcase carry. I used to lift much heavier than that, but I'd constantly end up tweaking my back. I had to leave the ego at the door. Today, I use smarter, lighter weights and focus on longer distances and more time under tension. And let me tell you, this training pays off out in the real world. I still ride a longboard, and I've taken a few hard spills directly onto the pavement over the years. But because of the bone density I've built up during the years, I don't break. I just get right back up and keep on riding. Everything I share in my videos, from the movements to the nutrition, is exactly what I practice every single day. I am 70 years old, a personal trainer, and I have never had a single surgery. Like many of you, I've dealt with severe back injuries, knee pain, and torn muscles over the years. But instead of going under the knife, I learned how to heal my own body by mastering proper, functional movement from the absolute best in the field. Today, I live a clean, simple, high-vitality life. I don't take any medications, drugs, or even supplements. My formula is simple: a great organic diet, plenty of fresh water, daily sunshine, and functional exercise. My ultimate goal is to become a healthy centenarian, living past 100, and teach you exactly how to build a pain-free, stress-free, and deeply fulfilled life. Let's do this together. Hit that follow button, stay mobile, and I'll see you in the next video.